There are basic skills in life we need to know. There are basic skills we need to know if we are doing any business, even if we are holding our families. I'm going to give you like a 4 or 5. The first one, it's called decision making or decision skills. That's number 1. If you are new on my YouTube channel, I'm asking you kindly politely, I'm just asking you hit down that subscription button so that if we upload a new video, it's easier for you to receive that video. Number 2, it is called problem solving skill. Number 3, it is the critical thinking. Number 4, it is the communication skill. Today we are going to talk about that. Let me start with decision making. If you are creating or we are going to generate the business, we have to think wisely, and make a decision of what business you are going to do. Mostly people leave the relatives and fathers, mothers, the friends to make them the decision, which is not good. You have to sit down with your heart. You decide, oh, Joanna, which business am I going to do? Don't let other people to make for you decision. You can consult them. And then you sit down into your sitting room, you decide which business are you going to do. In most cases, if you do decide yourself, nobody are going to blame, but do consult to those people. Then you sit down, according to the research which you have made, you generate a decision. As a father says, if it is 10, nobody do this. If it's in the morning, 8 p.m., it's like this. It's a decision. With this decision culture should be mastered. Number 2, let me go to what they call problem skill. If the problem comes to the business, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if the problems comes to the company? If the problems comes at home? The only thing, you just think. Logic, you use logic. Then you use logic. Then you use imagination. Then you will settle the situation. It is the using of the logic as well as imagination to make sense of the situation. Use logic, use your brain. You know how you are going to overcome the problem. That's why in most cases it is coming up with the intelligent solution. You have to sit down, you know which solution you are going to overcome that problem. If you have a loan, how are you going to overcome that loan? If you need a loan, how are you going to overcome that loan? How are you going to pay that loan? But dear, anybody new here, subscribe on my YouTube channel. It is about business. We are not making business for people. We do not need anything for the people. We are just giving the little knowledge we have. We share this little knowledge with you. So before starting any business, you have to know the skills. Number 3, it's the critical thinking. Critical thinking. It is the intellectual discipline process of the active and the skillful analyzing. Don't just answer questions how somebody asks you a question. Don't do anything. If it needs to keep quiet, just silent your mouth. If you do not have an answer. Critical thinking, it is the deep thinking to overcome or to make a solution. You have to be intellectual. They say lawyers, they are intellectual. And sometimes they say most of 99% lawyers are liars. But they are lying because they are intellectual and disciplined. Do you have to know to behave, to use your intellectual discipline in behaving when you are doing your business? So we are going to talk about number 4. It's about the communication skill. Is big. Communication skill. How are you going to talk with the customers? It is a communication skill. How are you going to write a proposal? It is a communication skill. How are you going to write when you are asking a loan from the bank? If you go to the seminar, it is also communication skill. It is a transition of information. It is in 3 parts. Writing, 1. Presentation, 2. Then active listening. As you go to the seminars, they project, then you listen to what they are talking or to their teaching. How are you going to talk with the community? These skills do not bounce about the business only. No, they work in our daily lives. So let we learn how we communicate to people. Which age are you going to talk with? You know what are you going to talk with those with that age? 18, you know. 30, you know. The old ones, you know. Ladies, you know. It's about the business strategy you have to know when you are starting a business. So there are several basic we need to know. There are several. There is creative thinking. You have to be creative every day. Creative thinking. You have to be creative. If the business changes, just think of these people who are vendoring the grasshoppers. If the time comes for the grasshoppers, they think they shift to grasshoppers. If it is time for matoke, they shift it there. If now you see it is Christmas season, they have already gone to the breeders. You have to be creative thinking. What is next? Everybody needs to know. You have to be creative. If you have that work, what next after that work? If tomorrow they come, the work is done. You have to be creative. I love you so much. I'm calling Mukasa Joseph. You subscribe on my YouTube channel, Mukasa Joseph Yugi. Keep on watching my videos. Watch my videos up to the end. It's where I can benefit if you watch my videos. Don't jump the ads. So the advertisement, don't jump them. So I'm calling Mukasa Joseph. I love you. Merry Christmas. Big up.